right, a little bit of gump goodness. My thoughts on Toni Storm getting injured. Because it's been a bit now. We know Toni is injured. She's out. And I was thinking this. In fact, I done an earlier video and I realized I messed up and I'm refilming it right now. But I'm thinking, dude, AEW's got issues. AEW, I don't know what it is. Now, I know not everyone likes the take of hearing AEW is a problem child in pro wrestling. And yes, I know Alex has spoken about AEW. He doesn't even do Dynamite reviews anymore. He doesn't. He doesn't do Collision. He doesn't do Dynamites. And I think he still does his reviews. And he has done the reviews of the pay-per-views. But he doesn't even do Dynamite reviews anymore. When you look at JD and Jesse, they tell you exactly what's going on. And everybody likes it. But it is the truth for what they've been saying. And admittedly, they do joke around a lot about it. And you know JD. JD is like me. He's from New York. He likes to crank the shit up to 100. But as someone who doesn't do that, I don't really crank everything up to 100. What you see right now is what you get. I'm a boring ass old man, okay? I'm an old man. I'm boring. I'm older than JD. I'm boring, old, and I love pro wrestling. This is the reason why I'm doing this video. But I'm telling you this. You see AEW, if you're being objective, really objective, what have we been getting for the last 3 years? Not a lot. We've been getting a lot of injuries. We've been getting wrestlers who look really prominent, who look like they could really make a difference. And when they're put in the positions, they don't follow through with them. And then, at certain points, other wrestlers who are beloved, who are just plain nasty, who look like they can do the job, they're not even considered. Either because of politics or because Tony just doesn't want to go down that route because he wants things to be what he likes. And that's the major problem we have. You have another Vince McMahon and a Tony Khan. Now, mind you, Tony, unlike Vince McMahon, before he done all the things he done, he doesn't care about pro wrestling. Vince stopped caring about pro wrestling almost a decade ago, taking away for the last couple of years before he was finally ousted and sold the company. He didn't care about wrestling anymore. He just wrote it because he had to. And he did it in a way that would please him, not please the fans. Because he used to do pleasing the fans. But when you look at Tony Khan, he's not pleasing the fans. He's more pleasing himself. Because if he listened to his fans, his real fans, not just the fans who like New Japan Pro Wrestling or Pro Wrestling Noah or maybe Game Changer Wrestling, but real, honest fans who understand pro wrestling, who've seen WCW, seen ECW, seen WWE, who've seen NWA, who've seen, honestly, New Japan, of course, Pro Wrestling Noah, AAA, before it was bought out and no longer exists, they, at least the general ones, understand you can't just do all wrestling. There has to be a balance. You need pro wrestling with story, character development, and over the top or under personalities. And what do you have in AEW? The majority is wrestling that comes from strong style. That is what we've been generally getting. And what stories we have are very few, with very few people, not much different than Vince McMahon. And the major problem here is this. If this is not settled sooner or later, the numbers for AEW are going to drop even more. And when that happens, and there are no shareholders, but we don't need to talk about shareholders. We're talking about the networks. The networks will change the deal when it comes up. Instead of giving them a fair deal, they will get a well-reduced deal. And it's going to hurt the company and hurt the wrestlers and hurt the fans. And I've heard what's been going on with Ricochet and what he's done. And I also understand that Moose tried to defend, I believe, Iris, his wife. And I don't remember her name. It's been a while since I thought about her. But she's trying to defend her husband, and Moose is defending her to defend her husband, who spoke very inappropriately, disrespectfully. But the point here is this. Seeing this type of situation in AEW, where we had problems with CM Punk, we had problems with the Bucks. Right now, you got problems with Ricochet talking on X, acting foolish. You got other wrestlers saying, who do you think you are? You don't understand a damn thing about pro wrestling. You got Dave Meltzer, who legitimately is not being fair. He's being biased. We know he has been. He's going too far with his way he thinks. Now, I still give him total respect. He's been in the business more than 40 years, I think, at this point. He has been a wrestling reporter for years. But now at this point, he's made mistakes and he's shown biased. And it's not helping the company. Unlike WWE, it's not helping the company. And they need to do something. Toni Storm getting injured is bad luck. But it's also stemming what's been going on lately. I mean, have you noticed how many people have been getting injured lately? And look at Toni. Toni's been working with Stephanie McKeer. Not Stephanie McKeer. I'm sorry. I don't know why I got Stephanie McKeer mixed with Sheer. I think the reason I got her mixed up with Fakir and Shafir is because at this point, neither one of them mean anything. Stephanie Fakir in WWE means absolutely nothing. We look at Marina Shafir, the same thing. She had a chance to dominate the women's division when the Death Riders were hot, and they did nothing with her. I think there's going to be more than a Gump Goodness. It's maybe a Gump Report. I got a little more to say. But when you look at Marina Shafir, she should be more substantial, and she's not. The only thing she did, and I've said this multiple times, hold the briefcase, beat the crap out of people, and that was it. She should have been in the women's division, and they should have pushed her. Now, I'm not saying she would have done great, but it would have made sense because the Death Riders were that hot. And they did. She doesn't mean anything. And you stuck her with someone who is here. Toni Storm was at the top. Marina Shafir is here. She went all the way down there. They had a feud for months since Blood and Guts of last year. And now she's injured. And now there's no... she's out. We don't know how long she's going to be out. And now Ronda Rousey has appeared. And now they can't do anything with her. Unless they're going to stick her with, who? Willow Nightingale? Because that's one of the few people that has such strong character. Chris Statlander, who lost a lot of momentum because they finally made her into something, but then they took the title off of her. Mercedes Moné, that would be something maybe, but she's been losing titles left, right, and center because they found letting her just drop them. So there's very few people that mean anything in this company. For the women particularly. There's so few women. Thunder Rosa doesn't even feel important anymore. She used to be one of the most important women, and she's fallen off a cliff. The one that everyone really misses and want to know what's going on is Britt Baker. Where is she? She's not injured. Not now, at this point. She was having problems where she was having something similar to almost having strokes. Unless she's having it again, she's not been seen. We need women that mean something. We need men that mean something. But I just don't see it. I'm hoping they'll straighten themselves out, but I don't know. And this is about 9 minutes. You know what? This is going to be a gum goodness. I hope you enjoy this. Peace.